Alright, welcome back to First Attempt Weightlifting. My name is John Filippini, and with me is Aaron Adams.
What's up, what's up?
Alright, as always, we're going to be taking a look at some technique for some videos, and if you have lifts that you want us to review, feel free to email them to us at firstattemptweightlifting@gmail.com. We look forward to seeing them, and of course, feel free, if you like what we're putting out there, to like, comment, subscribe, and share as you like. First up today we've got going on is clean and jerk from actually our heavy day, from our PR day, from Neil, one of my boys down at Tough Temple CrossFit down in Bethesda.
What's up, Neil?
Alright, so let's go take a look at the video, and we're going to be putting this together.
Strong clean. Yep, easy. Down.
I'm proud of that.
Yeah, Neil's actually, he's got an interesting story with this. He's been with the CrossFit side of things for a little while, but he's been relatively new to the barbell class since I've been there, maybe maybe a month or so.
Nice.
And let's go ahead and, Aaron, I'd be curious for your take on what you see at this.
All right, so initially, right off the ground, what I see is that he's way over the bar. Now, he has some pretty long limbs, I would say, in comparison to his torso, as well as what you can see is a nice little back rounding right in here.
Yeah.
And that's going to affect the pull right off the ground. So what I would want to see is maybe have his torso a little bit more like this.
Neil, what do I always tell you? Chest up, man.
Yeah, especially with the shoulders there. Get your chest up.
And again, this was a heavy day, so we were just pretty much go hit the weight, and that was about it. So this is what his default pattern is when he hits the weight.
Right, and what I notice here is this lower back right here, rounding through. Now, sometimes what I call a muted hip is what you see right here. His tailbone is actually tucked under and pointed towards the front, and what that tends to do is it actually mutes your jump and doesn't allow you to jump as high as you normally would, which would help you finish the pull. And we kind of see that here. He can't actually fully extend right there.
Yeah.
See, he's got that hollow position right here.
Totally, he's got more gas there.
Yeah, if he just arches his back this way and gets his chest up, he's got at least 3 more inches that bar accelerates up, and that might mean the difference between 90 kilos and 130 kilos.
Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, there's no telling, okay? So we see that his receiving position is amazing.
Yeah, I actually just a couple days ago was watching him squat, and I just looked at him, I was like, dude, when did you start squatting so pretty? And I think that his hinge position, his over-the-bar position, has been a lot weaker, but his squat is real strong at this point.
Yeah, I really like his squat position. He keeps his elbows up, his chest high. His lower back stays arched in this position, which makes me think that he can actually keep that position. He just might not know how yet.
Yeah.
Which is a quick, easy fix. It's like, hey, stick your tailbone out to the back of the wall or whatever it may be, and that's fine, and he's good to go.
Yeah.
All right, so we see his nice little clean here, boom. And let's check out his jerk a little bit. So, guys, if you're going to double dip like this, that might get called in a competition. You got to be careful with that. And as always, be safe, okay? Try not to lean back too far. So then as we see him set up for the jerk, we see he sets his hips back a little bit too much for me. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'd agree with it. And actually, as I'm watching that, if we look at this, if we watch where his chest and his bar goes, and actually his elbow, I look at the elbow, the first thing he does is he drops his elbows, his shoulders come forward, and his hips basically, they go back a bit, but really they're the only thing dipping straight up and down.
Right.
Everything else is leaning forward in this position, so
Right,
his
so you're
weight
talking from up here.
Yeah, and I'm seeing his weight shifting forward onto the front of his foot at that point.
Cool, and I can agree with that. And then what you see is right here, that front foot hitting.
And I think that still leans from that, being on the front of the foot, the forward part of the foot to begin with, means that he's, actually, I bet if I could back this up, would I be correct? Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's pretty flat-footed, but I would say you should be trying to err on the side of the front foot the heel lands first rather than the toe at all. And he's kind of somewhere in the middle, but I think a little bit more reaching with the heel would help him out here.
Yeah, and what I say is, look, his foot doesn't go out front that far.
No, not very
I would
far
like
at all.
that a little bit more. In fact, I'd probably like it probably up in here somewhere, probably about the bottom of that little blue line there. Is what I would want. And you can see it actually landing with that front foot forward first, pushes his torso back.
It's a great example of the fact that he's got to shift his weight backwards, and the bar is falling backwards with him.
And then he has to reposition his foot, gets set, recovers nicely. He's plenty strong.
Yeah,
plenty
totally
strong.
And honestly, from some of what I've gathered, his overhead position I think is a little cautious, which is adding to some of this.
Yeah.
But honestly, like that's a little bit of the let's clear that. I'm looking at kind of his arms are straight up, but his rib cage is kind of forward a bit.
And that's what I was pointing at, is that thoracic spine.
Yeah, and honestly though, for Neil, I happen to know he's been having some. That's been a big piece of progress for him. So we're just gonna like congratulate him on the fact that he's comfortable in this position at all. Because I know in the past, it was uncomfortable to even do pull-ups and things like that to be able to in a dead hang position. So this has been huge progress for him, but there's still work to be done here.
Yeah, this is just a snapshot in time. So great job, Neil, and thanks. Like, share, comment, get us any way you can. Email us firstattemptweightlifting@gmail.com. We hope you guys enjoy it.
Yep. Take care.